This week, South Africa and Israel will butt heads at the International Court of Justice in The Hague. While South Africa will fight at the United Nations highest court to protect the Palestinians under Israeli assault in Gaza and the occupied West Bank, Israel will try to defend what Pretoria calls Tel Aviv's genocidal actions in the besieged enclave amid its war with Hamas. Who stands a chance to win? How strong is South Africa's case against Israel? Can this bring an end to the deadly war in Gaza? On December 29, South Africa became the first country to file a suit against Israel at the ICJ, sometimes known as the World Court created to resolve disputes between states. In the 84-page suit, South Africa has cited detailed evidence of brutality being perpetrated in Gaza and has asked the court to urgently declare that Israel has breached its responsibilities under international law since October 7. South Africa has accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza in violation of the 1948 Genocide Convention, which defines genocide as acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group.
Collective punishment of Palestinian civilians through the unlawful use of force by Israel is a war crime. The deliberate denial of medicine, fuel, food, and water to the residents of Gaza is tantamount to genocide.
Genocidal actions listed in the suit include the killing of Palestinians in Gaza in large numbers, especially children, the destruction of their homes, their expulsion and displacement, as well as enforcing a blockade on food, water, and medical assistance to the Strip. It also includes the imposition of measures preventing Palestinian births by destroying essential health services crucial for the survival of pregnant women and babies. South Africa has also specially requested that the ICJ move urgently to prevent Israel from committing further crimes in the Strip, likely by issuing an order for Tel Aviv to halt its invasion. That request will be prioritized, the ICJ said in a statement but did not specify a timeline. As evidence to support its accusation of genocide by Israel, South Africa has cited statements made by none other than the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, and other Israeli officials, asserting that they have demonstrated genocidal intent. For instance, the suit cites Netanyahu's comparison of Palestinians to the Amalek, a biblical nation that God instructed the Israelites to destroy. The biblical verse states, "Now go and smite Amalek, kill both man and woman, infant." Furthermore, in his December 26 statement, Netanyahu said that despite the extensive destruction of Gaza and the killing of thousands, "We are deepening the fighting in the coming days, and this will be a long battle." Several other statements, including ones in which Israeli officials have portrayed the people of Gaza as a force of darkness and Israel as a force of light, have also been cited in the suit. Israel responded by calling South Africa's charges without legal merit, and the Israeli Foreign Ministry accused Pretoria of collaborating with a terrorist group that calls for Israel's annihilation.
אני מבקש לומר מילה על ההטחה השקרית שדרום אפריקה, שישראל מבצעת רצח עם. לא דרום אפריקה, זה לא אנחנו שבאנו לבצע רצח עם, זה החמאס, הוא היה רוצח את כולנו, אם רק היה יכול. לעומת זה צה"ל פועל בדרך המוסרית ביותר, הוא עושה הכל כדי להימנע בפגיעה באזרחים, והחמאס עושה הכל כדי שנפגע בהם, משתמש בהם כמגן אנושי.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has compared Israel's treatment of Palestinians in the occupied territories to racist system of apartheid in his own country, which ended in 1994 after nearly half a century. In November, Ramaphosa responded to Israel's assault on Gaza by recalling South Africa's diplomats from Israel. South Africa has put together a formidable team of lawyers to argue its case at the ICJ, including John Dugard, Max du Plessis, Thembeka Nkukaitobi, Adila Hassan, Sarah Pudafin-Jones, Lerato Zikalala, and Shadiso Ramogal, among others. Some of these lawyers, such as John Dugard, have extensive experience in the field of law, especially when it comes to Palestine. Professor Dugard has been a member of the Board of Trustees of Law for Palestine since 2020, and he specialized in international law and human rights law. During the apartheid era in South Africa, He directed the Center for Applied Legal Studies at the University of the Witwatersrand, a unit committed to litigation and advocacy in defense of human rights. Meanwhile, as South Africa prepares to argue its case at the ICJ, former Deputy Chief Justice Dikeng Mosnik is set to join the bench of judges as an ad hoc judge to preside over the matter, as per South African media. Israel, in the meantime, has named its former Supreme Court President Aharon Barak as its addition to the International Court of Justice panel. Barak is being celebrated as a champion of democracy by mainstream Western media. However, analysts question Barak's liberal and democratic credentials, citing his decades-long approach to cases involving abuses against Palestinians. With the hearing, which will be closely watched, inching closer, the governments of Bolivia, Jordan, Malaysia, Maldives, Namibia, Pakistan, and Turkey, as well as the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, have expressed support for South Africa's application to the court, while France's UN ambassador has said that France will support the court's decision. The United States, however, which is a staunch ally of Israel, dismissed South Africa's case as meritless. Washington has been backing Israel's war on Gaza, militarily, diplomatically, and financially.
We believe the submission against Israel to the International Court of Justice distracts the world from all of these important efforts. And moreover, the charge of genocide is meritless. It's particularly galling, given that those who are attacking Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, as well as their supporter Iran, continue to openly call for the annihilation of Israel and the mass murder of Jews.
Guatemala, one of the few allies of the U.S. in Central America, on January 9 announced that it opposes South Africa's genocide case against Israel. While the case will be heard on January 11 and 12, the proceedings can take time, years even. The court is still deliberating on Gambia's case against Myanmar from 2019, for instance. But South Africa's initiative will ramp up international pressure on Tel Aviv to stop the deadly and relentless bombardment of the Gaza Strip that it launched on October 7, 2023, and which has killed more than 22,000 civilians in the small strip of land, a significant number of them children. The ongoing Israeli attack came after a Hamas attack on southern Israel, when 1,139 people were killed. However, South Africa has proactively requested an expedited process in its December submission, and its call for an emergency order from the ICJ could produce fairly swift results in a matter of weeks, as happened in the Ukraine case.